Hi, Bob Freeman here with MarineMax in Naples, Florida. I'm here today to talk to you about Boston Whaler's 2018 320 Vantage with the 60th anniversary edition, and let's see some of the features that they added this year. So as you see, the color is an absolute beautiful blue. The lines on the boat are really gorgeous. It's got the stainless steel insert. We do have the recessed cleats, so you don't catch your line or anything on it. If you do decide to fish, it's designed to not catch your lines on it. So the styling of this boat, the performance of this boat is fantastic. It's close to a 50-mile-an-hour boat. You've got a huge hard top up there that covers from port side to starboard side, does the whole thing. You've got the sunshade up there. That sure shade will come all the way out and completely cover the seat in the back as well. So it pretty much, from the whole look and design of the boat, it's fantastic. And as we move to the stern, we've got the large trim tabs. And it's powered by the Mercury Verado 350s. And as you see here, we've got the joystick piloting. And we'll talk more about that when we get back on the boat. So let's hop up and see the rest. Thanks. Here we are up on board the 320 Vantage. Let's start at the back of the boat. One of the nice features of it, if you don't need the seat, it's totally folded away. But if you are out just for a ride or a picnic or a sunset or whatever it may be, you just pull this up, and now you have a very large, high-backed, comfortable seat here. Can put 3 to 4 adults on it, so it's a great seat. And then you also have sitting here, you've got a double seat here, and you've got a table that will come up. So now you've got a table that fits right in here. So if you're having little hors d'oeuvres, drinks, whatever it may be, you've got a table. Great location right here. Now, if on this seat here, while we're on it, this will fold down like so. Now you've got a lounger. Now you can lounge this way, or I can put it down all the way, and I can lounge that way. So you can lounge forward or backwards. Some people like one or the other, but whichever one you like, you can do it. So, little back here, we've got another really nice feature. If you do fish, we've got fish boxes on either side, totally out of the way. You can use them for storage if you don't fish. So it's one on port, one on starboard, so they are there. We do have the dive door, which is a phenomenal feature. If you are fishing, it's a great way to pick the fish up. Bring it in this way where it's only about a foot out of the water. You're a lot less likely to lose the fish bringing it through. You can open up the fish box, slide them right in. Much cleaner, much easier to bring the fish on board. So nice setup for that. Now, if you're not going to fish, we'll just put this away here. You can take the ladder and you can just hook it right on there, and it'll deploy. So as far as getting on and off the boat, much safer, much easier than the ladders that they deploy on the back of the boat. And you also have a safety rail, a grab bar, so when you pull, you're not grabbing the side of the boat to pull yourself in the boat. You've got a nice, sturdy, solid rail. And the ladder that goes on here, all I need to do is slide that forward, lift that up. Great place to have the ladder. So it's out of the way. Nice and simple, just easy to put out, easy to put away. And on the other side, we've got the table. So the table is nice and neat, out of the way. That's the one that's going to sit in the back. So that's out of the way there. And here you've got a little kitchen set up. You've got your live well, conveniently located towards the back of the boat. Great for the bait. I use them as a cooler a lot of times. I'll fill them up with the drinks, dump a couple bags of ice on them, and I'm good for the day because it's insulated. So whether it's a live well or a cooler, it does both very well. Little storage, self-draining area in there. And you've got the sink with a pull-out, so you can be rinsing stuff off. You do have hot and cold water, which you see by the dot right there. Down below, you've got 2 drawers for storage. You've got all your you've got your well switches, everything to run the lighting, everything is right there. And then a refrigerator, which does both. Fridge in here. Wine bottles can be tucked nice and neatly in here with the dividers. And then we've got a freezer, which will hold about a half a 10-pound bag of ice for drinks. So really nice setup, conveniently located for everybody in the cockpit area. As we move over to the helm, Boston whalers, we don't bring them in with electronics. So this is what we call a smart craft. This is a computer that runs all your mechanical and engine systems on the boat. So you can, anything you're going to need to know is in here. Fuel burns, pressures, you know, whatever it may be is all in this computer right here. You can put a nice large GPS over here as well, so you can pick whether it's a Garmin or a Raymarine or Simrad or whatever it may be. You've got plenty of room up here. This actually could be moved if you wanted it to, if you wanted to do 2 units. So a couple of drink holders up here, Fusion stereo right here, traditional Boston whaler steering wheel. You get your digital throttle and shifts. And what I like about the digital throttle and shift is once I pull out of the slip, I actually will hit the one lever here and I'll put this one all the way down, and now I'm not going to use this. So this one here will control both engines in the back. So they'll always be exactly the same RPM. It's much safer, much better for the engines, less wear and tear on it, and a lot easier for driving the boat, because if you don't have that, you're always trying to sync up the engines, and it's really kind of a pain every time you slow down and speed up. So nice feature there. Now getting over to the joystick. The joystick does everything very, very well. So this is just meant for docking and getting out of the slips, and it'll give me full control of this boat. If I got a 20-mile-an-hour wind going this way, I can keep pushing for a side tie. It just does a fantastic job. So this is does an awful lot of, gives me 100% control of the boat, which is hard to say when it comes to a boat, even with the conditions. And another feature that it has, it's got a little small button here. It's a little boat. It's an auto heading, which is an autopilot. So what I do is when I line up the boat on my GPS, it has a little line that comes out of the boat, and I'll aim it towards it. Like if I was going to Key West from here, I would just aim the line up to just outside the outside marker on Key West. I would hit that button right there, and for the next 3.5, maybe 4 hours, it's going to take me directly there. I don't have to drive the boat. I can enjoy myself. I can talk. Still have to keep an eye on what's going on, but what I like about it is I get there for a Key West trip. I could get there 20 to 30 minutes faster and burn less fuel because I'm going in an exact straight line. If you're driving the boat, it's going like this all the way. So nice feature there. And then lastly, I've got the skyhook button. So if I'm pulling into a marina or I get a bridge that's up, I can just hit the skyhook button and it's going to lock me in. So if I get a slip assignment, I got a starboard side tie, I hit the skyhook, I can get up, take my time, get my fenders out, tie my lines all up safely, not running around the boats, not running back to the boat trying to get it repositioned. Much safer, much more relaxing. And then when I'm all done, just take the skyhook off. It's fantastic. Lastly, I use it at the end of the day. My wife likes to see sunsets. I point the bow at the sunset, hit the skyhook, and we sit out in the lounges pointing right at the sun. It's perfect. It's a great way to end the day, very relaxing way to end the day. So let's move towards the 2 features in the mid cabin. And we've got a little sitting / sleeping area in here. And it's got teak lined floors. This is the camper. This particular boat was ordered with the camper canvas surround, so the cockpit has got a canvas surround. That's where you see it there. But it's a nice big room. I mean, it'll hold a couple of people in there if you need it. It's got a skylight on the top, which gives you extra daylight coming through, which is a big deal in a small cabin. As we move to the head, very nice setup again. Teak floor, real teak with the vacuum flush head. It's got a teak seat, so if you're changing your clothes from a swimsuit into clothing or vice versa, you can put the seat down and not be sitting on the head and comfortably change. Nice big sink with a pull-out sprayer. If you need to rinse yourself off, you can easily do that in there as well. So let's move to the bow of the boat. Very large lounge chair right here. You can actually put 2 adults up here, but with the armrest, it's got the drink holders, a stereo, it's got the USB charger with a phone. It's got U-shaped seating, and it also has in here, if you do want to lounge it, I've got this piece out right here to show you. This will fit in this this area right in here, and this will make one huge sun pad out here. So if you're just hanging out, it's a great place to do that. Or if you're going for a ride, you can put 6 adults up here comfortably. And up here, you've got a very large area up here as far as if you're going to board the boat from the bow of the boat. You can do that with this setup because we've got the boarding ladder off the bow. So this will deploy if you go up to where we go to Key Wading a lot of times, up to the beach. We can put the bow on the beach, deploy the ladder. You can hop off on right directly onto the sand and not have to go in the back of the boat into the water, so you're not getting wet getting in on and off the boat. So really nice feature, especially from down where we are. And then you've got the recessed anchor right here, so the windlass is tucked away. It's not an eyesore. It's safer this way. It's not a trip hazard. So you have a nice clean surface with all non-skid on here, with everything put away, only out when you need it. So there you have it with the 32 Vantage. It's a very popular boat down here in Naples. It does everything very, very well. It's big enough to go down to the Keys if you wanted to, safely and quickly. And it just does everything well. So if you want to fish some, it does that. If you don't want to fish, it does that very well. So it's close to a perfect boat for around here as you're going to get. So any questions on it? My name's Bob Freeman. Please give me a call at 603-213-1194.